Morning, Friday, January 17th, 2025. I'm Larissa. My video diary. Time has come. Drink some skulls. Mm. Yep. Here we are. Here we are. Here we are. Yeah. Oh, yesterday. Yesterday I was open. I don't know why I bother. Right? I don't know why I bother. Fucking doing anything. Woman comes in asking me if I ever thought about having somebody else in my space. No. I don't want anybody else in my fucking space. I've had enough people in my fucking space. Right? Right? Shared my studio space with people when I had Studio 19, right? Sublet and shared. And Eve Maitland, that crazy fucking bitch. Oh my God. And then up in Santa Rosa, let that fucking idiot Kristen Nicolaisen move in my house, and she was a lazy, good for nothing piece of shit who didn't contribute to anything. I didn't even charge her any fucking rent. She tried to horn in on my marriage, nosed through my private things, butt into my life, and then tried to make me feel like I had put her out. I'm like, bitch, get the fuck out of my house. You don't pay for anything, you lazy piece of shit. Right? And then I let that fucking homeless woman live in my house, and she was doing heroin in my house, and who the hell knows what all else, and stinking the place up with all the trash she kept in her room. Oh my God. Yeah. And then, and then, when I moved to Oakland, being at 25C and Hiroko, fucking going through my stuff and renting the place out to people while I'm in the middle of working, taking work out of my space whenever the fuck she felt like it. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, you think I would have learned my lesson, but no. Then I opened that gallery, at the cotton mill, clock tower, and everybody fucking took advantage of me there too. No, I don't want anybody in my space. I have worked hard and nobody else deserves to be in my fucking space. I don't care if people don't like me and they don't want to come in and look at my stuff, whatever. I've earned my space, No, I don't want anybody else in my fucking space with me. Jeez. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah. That's how I fucking feel. So, anyway. Yeah. Yeah, and on top of it, I get stuff stolen all the time, and people are ungrateful. People are totally, like, when I was showing other people's work, all those artists, and then I had that studio assistant who fucking stole my work. What am I talking about? She was supposed to um, help me out with some of the admin stuff, and you know, I used to write a book, like a little, I used to put together a book for each exhibition. Exhibitions were quarterly. And I had everything written out, and I wanted her to put it into Drive and print it. Well, I set up the files, and then she took ownership of the files in Google Drive. Olivia Stambor. Yeah, she was a worthless assistant. Totally. Totally. I told her not to work on anything with mailing list outside of the gallery. She took shit out of the gallery. It was just like untrustworthy. Totally untrustworthy. Ugh. Yeah. No. No, I don't want anybody in my fucking space with me. I need every square inch for my work because nobody else gives me any fucking space. I'm not giving any more of my personal space to other people. Not anymore. No. So anyway. Now there's a fire in Moss Landing. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, the air quality, like I can taste it. Like you can't really, I can't, it's not that like, I don't know, maybe if I left and went someplace where the air was clear right now, I'd be able to come back and smell it. But like I don't wake up smelling it, but I can kind of taste it and feel it. Like I can feel that the air is, there's irritant, my eyes are irritated and stuff. So I don't know how long that's gonna last, right? Ugh. Oh, I saw a news story yesterday that Julie Packard is stepping down from the aquarium. Boo-hoo. I don't fucking care. She couldn't be bothered. She couldn't be bothered talking to me for an interview. Oh my God. I can't be bothered going back down there and giving them money. How about that? Yeah. Really. Really, truly. Yeah. Yeah. Ugh. I've kind of just like had it with everyone and everything. I really have. Kind of just like had it. Kind of just like had it. I'm still getting just all kinds of bullshit in my fucking feed. I don't care about the Myers-Briggs bullshit test. You know, they do that. Oh, they use that at that fucking the one improv group that I was at for a while, Leela. And then they play fucking mind games, right? Like, and that's those people were awful. Those people were awful. Absolutely awful. Yeah. Anybody, I mean, she fancied herself, Jill Eichmann, fucking fancied herself a psychiatrist. She had an undergrad psychology degree and was running an improv school. Oh, she was awful. She was awful. She truly was. Ugh. Yeah. What a waste of time. What a fucking waste of time. Totally. Total waste of time. Mm. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. So today is a Be Nice to Me day. Other people, not for other people. I mean, it's just the same as for me. Today's a Be Nice to Me day. Yeah. Yeah, and I'll be open to the public again today. Yeah. Yeah. Yesterday, before I left, I put together something for Omar to put in the oven. It was, it was vegetarian take on roasted chicken or roasted turkey, right? Like, you take a chicken and put carrots and potatoes and onions and stuff around it, and then bake it, right? Instead of a chicken or whatever, I had a meat substitute loaf, corn. It's made from a fungus, corn. Yeah, yeah. It wasn't tofurkey loaf. Tofurkey. Although that one's like, I mean, whatever. So he had roasted potatoes and carrots and onions and mushrooms and celery around this corn loaf, and I used black garlic, which is it's fermented garlic, and it's good. It's real nice. It's real sweet. I mean, it's really, 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 really sweet. And I put that in there. It made like a real nice gravy, right? Like made a real good gravy that went with it. So I put some butter. I put butter and herbs and a little bit of water, and I just told them. I said, okay, you just got to put this in the oven and bake it for an hour. You know, I had a little bit of it when I came home, just because I was curious how it turned out, but I wasn't really hungry. Um, I still had soup at the gallery, jar of soup from the other day that I made in the refrigerator, and I got one more bowl of soup left there for me, so I'll have that today. Yeah, yeah, yep. So anyway, I gotta drink my tea and get showered and dressed. Oh, like I didn't work on the loom stuff yesterday because I didn't want to be standing with my back to the door. And that still is kind of bothering me. So I'm thinking what I might do is move that table, the work surface table that I have in there, so that I can, like I might put it long ways. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I have that other piece installed, the Let's Go Swapping piece installed. And where it's at is kind of inhibiting or prohibiting me from moving things in a different manner. I don't know. Anyway, I didn't wasn't sitting at that table, and that's really fucked with my arm the other day. I had a lot of pain, right? So I didn't do that yesterday. Um, I think when I work at that table, I'm gonna have to stand, not sit. Um, and or bring in a different chair. I need a higher chair. What the issue was, I have a little rolly chair for when I'm working. I got it specifically for working on the loom, right? So I can slide back and forth. And when I'm working on large paintings, I can slide back and forth when I'm painting. But it's low, right? And so when I was cutting up, when I was breaking down the textiles, I'm using my rotary cutter, right? I'm having to press down from a seated position, so it's like this, and that really messed with my arm and my back, and I was in a lot of pain, not last night, the night before, and I had to lay flat. I wasn't going to come home. I was going to stay and work late at the gallery, but I ended up coming home because I had to lay down flat because of the pain. And that's because of what Dignity Health did to me when I went in there. Fuck you, Dignity Health. Fuck you, Catholic hospitals. And Catholic hospitals abuse women, and they particularly abuse pro-choice women. So fuck you. And anyway, yesterday I didn't do that work. I didn't sit at that table. I did some other stuff, and most of it was standing, and everything was okay until, I don't know, I got home. I sat down. I sat down on the couch with Omar, and I don't know, something about being seated like that. I think it's like when I sit and my knees get higher than my hips, um, that seated position for too long. So, and I had to stand up, and it was painful. It was painful. So we'll see how things go today. We'll see how things go today. But I made 4 new t-shirts yesterday. Yeah. Got some extra large packed t-shirts. The packed t-shirts, they run a little small. And so the extra large isn't as large as you would think, right? It's not as large as, like, whatever. Yeah. So anyway, I have a whole mess of them. I have a whole mess of them. And yeah. And I made a few new t-shirts. Yesterday was the first time making t-shirts that I messed one up. So, and by nature of how I do these, it's like, now the t-shirt's trashed. So it'll just get recycled, but it's the first time I've messed one up. It's the first time. There would have been 5 of them. There would have been 5 of them, but there's not. There's only 4 of them. Yeah, they're cute. They're cute. They are. I made another no dice t-shirt, different configuration of the dominoes, and the words, and what else did I make? I made one. Oh, it has this palm tree on it, and it's got two coconuts, and the palm tree kind of looks phallic, right? And it says nuts for you. So it's kind of funny. Sparkly letters, nuts for you. And I made one. It's got the ravens, or the birds that I drew and used for the jacket that I made recently. Um, and it says it's a conspiracy on it. Yeah. And then I made one. I made another checkers one. Checkers, 2 checkers in the crown. It says "King Me, baby." Yeah. Yeah, that's what I did yesterday. And then I took some photographs yesterday before I went into work for the next issue, and worked a little bit on that layout. I might work on that more today. I might do some actual writing today, but we will see. We will see. I gotta look and find another before photo. I know I have one. So, like a before and I have for something I'm writing, I need a before and after photo. And I have the before photo somewhere. I mean, I have lots of them, so that I could use. I'll have to just find one. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, I was watching sumo wrestling. I've been watching sumo wrestling. It's been coming up in our home YouTube feed, and I have that account's connected to the TV in the gallery, so I can watch that stuff instead of the garbage that comes up in my YouTube feed on my phone. My personal is like, oh my god, it's like, how many times I have to say I don't give a shit about all of this Hollywood, all the Hollywood drama gossip. Like, I don't care. I don't care. It doesn't interest me. None of that interests me. I don't care who's fucking who got who, baby mama, who said, oh my God, that I'm leaving this one, I'm leaving that one. I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care. I don't know any of these people. I don't care about the bullshit in their lives, or the lies about the bullshit in their lives. You know, the way all that shit works is it might all just be lies. Who the hell knows? But it causes trouble. I don't know any of those people. And anytime I talk about any of the interactions that I've had, that's my personal experience, right? Like all of these gossip channels, speculating about this and that and the other thing. I don't care. Those gossip mags that you see in nail salons and shit, I don't care about any of that stuff. That stuff just all grosses me out. All the paparazzi photos, it's just like, ugh. Ugh. What a waste of paper. If the paper were softer, I use it to wipe my ass. Jeez. Cheese on pizza. Tell me something concrete and real. God. And it's like, even that right now, so there's a lot of people down in LA have lost homes and whatever, and the whole community is like devastated. Oh my God. That's all I need to know. I don't need all of these repeated interviews and shit with people. I don't need it. I don't need it. And you know what? Neither do they. They might be enjoying the attention they're getting just because that's, the way the industry is. A bunch of fucking attention whores, right? That's anybody who was popular in the improv circuit and the theater circuit, they were all attention whores, right? It wasn't about making any kind of art. Like, ugh. Like the most important thing if you're gonna act is that you're a fucking soulless attention whore that will do anything, and screw over anybody to be famous and make money, right? Like, ugh, So gross. It's so gross. It's like, you know, giving all these interviews and stuff. Look at me. That's what I'm doing now. And, oh, dude, take some fucking time and take care of you. What is wrong with you? Why you got to, why, why does it have to be national interest? It's not. And they're going to get all this fucking funding and stuff. And it's like, okay, people up here didn't get any of that shit. People up here don't have the fucking resources you have down there. Right? Money resources I'm talking about. There's still people up here in Santa Cruz and around that lost everything. And a lot of people, there were a number of people who became homeless. Right? Sure, we didn't have the number of structures lost that you guys have down there, and we didn't have the lives lost that you guys had down there. But there was, a lot of fire up here for a long time, and there were a bunch of people who did lose, and nobody gave a shit about that. And people are having trouble rebuilding up here. You guys aren't gonna have any trouble fucking rebuilding. It's like I don't care. I don't. Except that, my tax dollars are going to have to go towards, some of them are going to go towards paying for that shit. It's like, oh, okay, now my tax dollars are going to support these people who've been stealing from me for so long. Oh, okay. It's just like, ugh. And I see this story this morning, another news story this morning about, attendance rates are dropping in California schools with, threats of deportation, blah, blah, blah. You know what? When I was teaching, those classes were overstuffed. So California laws, you're not supposed to have more than 28 kids in a class. I'd walk into a classroom, there'd be, 35, 38, upwards of 40 kids in a classroom. It's too many to have in the classroom. Teachers are overworked, overstressed. And then when you get in there, the majority of the kids in the class don't fucking speak English, right? Well, majority of teachers are not bilingual, and I sure as hell wasn't. And so when you go into these classrooms, and people say, oh, undocumented people, they're not using services. Yes, they are. The kids are going to fucking school, and it causes problems in the classrooms. And I'm not saying that they're bad kids. No, it's just that you can't fucking teach if you're not speaking the same language, and then there's other shit that happens, and then those kids become vulnerable. It's like, okay. And I understand there's lots of undocumented people that work a lot of service jobs. And it's like, well, somebody else is going to have to learn how to do those things or do those jobs, right? When we moved out to California, I was more than willing. I wanted to start a housekeeping business. There was this other couple, or these two other couples that we were connected with through the company Omar was working for, and they lived in the same apartment complex as us. They all got jobs around the same time, right? These two other guys, and they're partners. One guy married the girl. The other guy, thank God, they split up. Anyway, I said to Elizabeth, because Molly had work that she was doing, whatever. I said to Elizabeth, because she was trying to get into graduate school and things, and I had part-time work or whatever. But I said to her, hey, why don't you and I start housekeeping? I said it wouldn't be huge overhead, right? It's just a matter of getting the cleaning supplies, and then we could do that. You and I could get a couple jobs a week and clean houses. And she didn't want to do that. I didn't know anybody else, and I didn't want to do it by myself. I didn't want to be going into strangers' houses without somebody I knew, right? And so that's the only reason I didn't do it. And then I got more work, so got more work teaching people spoiled brats, working in schools that were overstuffed with undocumented immigrants' kids. Yeah, for pennies. Being paid fucking pennies. Jeez. Yeah, so it's like when people say, oh, they're not getting that. Yeah, they are, because those kinds of things are paid for with taxes. There's all those services for kids and things, whatever. So, other people are going to do that. Now I physically can't do it. So, it's a whole other thing. Otherwise, maybe I would. Jeez. Right? It was like in Oakland. I was looking for a job and I applied at that fucking roofing company. They told me it wasn't a woman's job. Told me it wasn't a woman's job. Then the place closed down. The guy that owned it had cancer and died, and the place closed down. Yeah, probably had cancer because they mixed their own tar. It was across the street from where we were living. It stunk like hell. And that tar truck, when they brought the tar truck in, ugh, smelled so bad for tar and roofs. Ugh. Yeah. Yeah. So, I don't know. Like, I don't begrudge people wanting to have a better life, but geez, go get your paperwork filled out, right? Take a couple months off from sending cash back wherever you came from, right? And use that money to file your paperwork. You know, I used to volunteer helping people do that, right? And then it was like, oh, but it costs money to file the paperwork. Yeah, it does. It costs money to file the paperwork. Jeez, why does everything have to be fucking free for everyone else except me? Nothing's free for Larissa. That's for goddamn sure. It's like, I know I'm paying the electric bill for the people upstairs at that, where I'm renting right now. Jeez. Yeah. So I don't turn the heat on. I don't turn the heat on. Right? Oh, and I know they're living up there. I'm not allowed to live in my space, but they're allowed to live up there. Special accommodations for them. Yeah. Anyway. Anyway. Yeah. So, starting in March, I'll just be open on the first Friday of the month. And that's it. It's the only time I'll be open to the public. Otherwise, you gotta make an appointment. It's like you're not coming in anyway. When I have the doors open, I can't really do any real work. So, one day a month, I'll be open to the public. As a courtesy. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. What do you think, Brody? Hey, Brody, did you do chickens with Daddy? Did you? Did you go out and do the chickens with Daddy? Yeah. Yeah. Yesterday, when I came home, he was just like all kinds of weird. All kinds of snuggling and stuff. It was like he hadn't seen me in months. I don't know. I don't know what his deal was. And it was like, oh, Mommy, I thought something had happened to you. I don't even know. I don't even know what his deal was. Oh, figure out what Omar's going to have for dinner tonight. I gotta figure that out before I leave, huh? Yeah. You know what I'll do? There's 2 falafel patties that are down there in the freezer. I'll put together a salad for him and put the salad dressing off to the side and tell him to have himself a salad with falafel. Salad and falafel. And there's some leftovers from last night, so there's food for him. There's food for him. There is. There's food for him. Anyway. I guess that's all.